Going live, living the dream.
Going live. 3, 2, 1.
And bam. Magic happens. We are live right now. This is social distancing at its finest with Chastity Snowden. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Are you on lockdown in Boca Raton?
I don't know. I guess so, because I can't go to the gym. So I don't go to the gym. I work out in the parking lot, and I don't talk to people. And I always have my headphones in, and I'm talking to my clients in other cities and other countries, and I only go to the grocery store. So my life is kind of the same, but I've heard that people are on lockdown.
Well, I'm sharing this right now, and I said this the other day to somebody, and I can't do two things at once, so I'm going to try it right now. But, you know, I'm an extrovert-introvert, which means if I'm out, like at a networking thing, on radio or podcast, I like to have this. But then I shut down like a hermit. Mm-hmm. And so this whole social distancing thing I've been practicing for it for like 2 years. And so my neighbors and I still do the same exact thing when I'm out in the front yard. We just wave. Mm-hmm. We don't hug. But I did tell somebody this today. It's weird because, you know, we've talked to some people do have pre-existing conditions, or they may be older and they're living a little more fear. I've got a 21-year-old that has to come and hang out in my driveway. I can't hug him. And if I'm your friend or you're my family, I'm a hugger. Mm-hmm. And so I can't hug my kid. I mean, my daughter's with me, but I can't hug my mom and dad. We go sit in driveways and talk. So that part's getting on my nerves.
Yeah, I have a lot of clients that are doing that. Like grandparents are coming by to see the kids, and they're sitting there and they're playing like long distance games with cards and like I Spy, like yelling things like what they see. And
right now over my shoulder, my kid's mom, they're out in the driveway and they're sitting. She doesn't get to see her. She's a nurse, so she can't be around her kids right now. So my son came over, and I can't see him really either. But they're sitting 10 feet apart in a triangle having a picnic in my driveway.
Oh.
Isn't that cool? I mean,
that's really actually kind of cool.
I said this to, I can't remember who it was today because I've done 5 of these, but it seems like we're getting closer by being apart. It's almost like we're finding ways and realizing how important connection really is.
I agree. And I think we just took it for granted because we can do it anytime. Like, I'm definitely calling loved ones more. I'm like, hey, what's up? And they're like, why are you calling me? You're calling me? I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry. And then, like, I answer the phone when people call.
What?
I know, right? It's only rare, but I'm not one to answer the phone ever.
Well, just in all transparency, and then I want to talk a few things about the lockdown, some things people can be doing to get themselves healthier. It's a great time to get into some new habits.
Absolutely.
Don't waste this time. But so I'm on a coaching group with Chas, and I sent her a private message saying, hey, this is this. And if you're needing a coach that's very understanding and all that, that's great. But one of the things that you sent me back was on Marco Polo. You sent me back a message while you're working. You go, hey, I appreciate the private message, but if you'd share that to the group, it'd really save me some time and probably give you. And I just quit listening halfway through the message and went, nah, I'm not listening to you. I did the friends thing, you know.
Yep.
And then
I knew I was going to get the finger on that, but hey, there's a method to my madness. There's a reason for it.
I don't even know what the hell that message was saying, to be honest with you. I don't have a clue.
It was for you. There is power in a group. There's power in connection. We are just talking about that. That's why I want you to connect.
Like grouchy old man.
Yeah, you do sound like a grouchy old man. You need to just go across town and talk to my papa. You guys would just sit and gripe together.
Facebook each other. Hey, I'm going to remind some folks too, real quick, before we start asking you some questions. You can find, and I think most of her links are in this description, but you can find her. Is it Chas Snowden Coaching or Fearless? What's the Facebook page?
Oh, it's Chas Snowden Coaching. But if you go to the FLAmovement.com, all of my links are on there.
That's where I was heading to next. You actually have a brand new website.
Yes.
Is this the first week it's up?
Yes. Very exciting. I just got off the phone with Shay that designed it, and he was like, it's up, it's ready, it's go time. So we're excited.
I'm looking at it right now, so it's good. And you're selling shirts.
Yes, selling shirts, because I ordered them before. I mean, I don't think a lot of people are selling stuff right now, but I have them in case people need them.
Online.
Yeah, online people are, yeah.
Spraying them with Lysol,
yep.
Packing them up.
I don't have the virus, so I'll send it directly to you without the virus.
You got too much vitamin D in you.
I know, I'm outside all the time.
You know what's really crazy, and you may have heard, but I know you kind of stay off the Facebook news threads and stuff, but, the Surgeon General or the Fauci, I think that's his name, that's in charge of the virus for President Trump. He came out the last couple of weeks and said one of the main things that's helping or can help, it's not a cure, but it's vitamin D.
Oh.
And,
heck yeah.
Yeah, and then I just had Ed Jones on, who owns Nutrition World up here, and he talks about, vitamin D is actually more of a hormone than it is a vitamin. And he says, finally, we're starting to see some main medical doctors come out and say, okay, folks, your vitamins are super important. Being obese, high blood pressure, that puts you in a category for these things that you don't want to be in. So maybe it's time to rethink what we're putting in our bodies and what we're doing with habits.
Oh.
That opens the door.
Yes. I love that man. Thank you for sharing his advice.
Well, so you are a vitamin D girl. You get out in the sunshine. But what are you telling your clients right now that are probably on lockdown or social distancing about this time? What are you advising?
Well, one of the biggest things is they all feel out of control because they're losing their jobs, they're stuck at home, they're doing all this stuff, and their calendar's crazy. And I, just encourage them, stick to your habits, stick to logging your food, all the things that you've learned, because that will give you a semblance of control in a crazy world. Control what you can control instead of allowing all of the non-controllable things out in the world cause you to be sucked up into it. And then you lose all of the positive things you've been building in your life. I mean, you literally can work out more. You're at home. You're not at work. You can get outside more if they let you out of your house. For some vitamin D, you can show up with your food. And I've given them, course corrections if something happens and they can't get protein. But the grocery stores are pretty much full for now. But really, the biggest thing is use this as a time to solidify your habits versus letting them go, because storms are going to happen. This is the biggest one that'll probably happen. What?
Yeah, this won't be the last time that somebody's life gets interrupted, whether it's a global pandemic or tragic.
Right. That is very, very true. There's always going to be something that hits, and if you can control it during this, all the other stuff is going to be cakewalk.
Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about nutrition, but the flip side of it is, and I don't know how much time when we get on these things, but is your mental health. What do you do? What kind of routine are you in to keep yourself in the world of chaos, to keep yourself grounded?
Well, luckily I have a dog, so I walk him regularly. Start the morning. I get outside and do morning movement just about every single day, whether it's walking him or walking him to my Jeep to do my morning routine of whatever I'm doing that day that's been programmed. That mentally completely changes things. And then now my coach has programmed, I actually do a session midday and a session at night and made them smaller so that I'm breaking up my day with 3 different sessions of go outside, get in the sunshine, move around, make sure that you're taking care of your health. And every 3rd day, I do yoga or stretching.
Oh, see, I have such good intentions. I started doing more stretching, and I did it great for 3 days. And then the stretching is important for me. Do you read or listen to podcasts a lot, or what do you fill your brain up with?
Yeah, that is another one that's huge for me, is feeding the good wolf. Because whatever you feed yourself is what's going to come out, whether it's nutrients or mindset things. One of the reasons I don't watch television. But I listen to podcasts and books literally all day long. So right now I'm listening to 4 Hour Work Week. And then all the podcast people that I'm on, their podcasts, a lot of times I'll listen to them because it's usually inside the demographic of what I like to listen to about nutrition and mindset and things like that.
Is your phone calls, I better not assume, are your phone calls from your clients going up?
No.
As far, from your clients, like people are they calling you with more questions because they're stuck at home? Or they kind of found they're disappearing?
It's actually a little bit of both. Some people I'm chasing, and some people now I talk to them morning and night. I have multiple clients that every single morning I text or send a Marco Polo, and every night they have to check in because their life is so crazy and different that the last thing that they show up in is their own health. They won't show up. They'll like do their kids' stuff, their wife's stuff, all this stuff. And they're like, oh, crap, I haven't eaten. Or I ate everything in sight along the way of the chaos. So, yeah.
They graze. I have a tendency to graze.
Yeah.
I graze.
The being at home with all the weird stuff that people bought in the toilet paper craze, like, that's kind of a problem because they have weird foods that they're not used to having in their house. But, yeah, grazing's not bad. You just have to log before you eat.
Two, I'm guilty of this a little bit. Me and my daughter went and bought some stuff, and we said, okay, that'll last us 2 weeks. We're here all day. It lasts us about 9 days.
Yeah.
And now we're like, well, I guess we need to try to go back to the store and.
Yeah, I would estimate people are eating at least 300 to 500 calories more every day and not even realizing it. Like, that's one of the reasons I'm kind of excited. I didn't plan it, but I'm going to hopefully come out of this with something that's helpful for people, because I think there's going to be one of two things. People are going to come out of this and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't have any food and I just didn't eat. It's those people that stress and don't eat, and they're going to need some habits, and they haven't had a job, so they need habits at a low amount of price. Or they're going to come out of this and they're going to be like, gained 20 pounds, lost all my habits, probably need some help.
My daughter, the last 3 days, has been a beast. I've watched her go outside, and I've worked out a little bit. She went outside. I had this big pile of kind of firewood, but they're still in bigger logs. I haven't chopped them up yet for our fire pit. And I've got a sledgehammer, and she says, I'm trying to think of new exercises. So I've got her out there swinging that sledgehammer.
Heck yeah.
The strongman barrel toss with the logs.
Oh.
You want to see her in my backyard. She is like it's like a strongman competition in my backyard.
That's so cool. I wish I was in your backyard. Yeah. That would be so fun.
Today she looked at me, she was walking them up the hill because I said, your workout's not over till you stack them back up. So she's walking them and she's carrying them one in each hand, and I said, that's the grip strength. Remember we do with the weights? And she goes, yeah. So that's how she carried them up the hill. And I was like, she's using that brain. She was doing 5 burpees, jumping over the log, 5 more burpees, throwing.
Oh.
And she's doing eating log like that.
That's so cool. It's been fun making up workouts, and like, well, I'm not making them up. My coach is designing them for me. I just stay in my lane.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like to make up stuff. I need my own coach.
I was going to say, some people may not understand this. You have coaches too. It's not like you figured it all out.
Oh, gosh, no. I need accountability and motivation and somebody to go to too. Yeah.
I wrote some stuff down here. Right now, when you were talking about people kind of feel like they're losing control, if you were to tell somebody, and I ask you this almost every single time we do a podcast, because I think people sometimes get overwhelmed. Here's why. Let me paint the scenario for somebody maybe hearing this first time. I'm 30 pounds overweight. I don't sleep good. I don't drink. I don't eat right. I don't drink my water, I have a bad mindset. And then somebody goes, get your habits together. And you go, what the heck does that even mean?
Exactly.
So where do you tell somebody to start when they're in that just chaotic world of, I really have no habits?
Typically, I ask where they're willing to start. Because usually they've got that one thing, like they're going to move, they're willing to do that, or they know they don't drink enough water, they're willing to start there, or they know they don't eat any fruits and vegetables and they eat trash all day, they're willing to change some of that. So number one, I usually ask, where are you willing to start? What do you think the biggest problem is? And then, are you willing to actually start there? And then I usually start with the basic habits of sleep 7 to 8 hours, or sleep more than you are. If you're only sleeping 4, then try to get 5. Then try to get half your body weight in ounces of water. Move every day. And eat more fruits and vegetables. Those are the top 4 that I think people should do.
When you find yourself getting out of whack, because I don't care what kind of coach you are or what you are in life, you can be the best of it. You still lose your way sometimes. Is there one of those habits that you found you slip on the most? Is it your sleep? Is it your water? Is there something that you put in that I got to watch that one closely?
Oh, mine's definitely food. Mine's like the amount of food. I go from if I don't count it, I'm going to eat everything in the house.
Really?
Yeah, I literally macronutrients and counting food, whether I'm doing macros or calories, that's the only way I don't eat everything in the house.
Wow. See, I would have thought that.
Yeah. It's it is the way that I set myself free from eating disordered tendencies. Because it's like that stopping point. I don't have a hunger mechanism. I eat for everything. I'm hungry for happiness, for sadness, for tiredness, for any emotion. Every single feeling in my body equals eat something to sedate it.
Yes.
Or celebrate
Finally.
it. Yep.
Finally, that's the website I want to start. I will be your co-owner with that one. Feed your emotions in life.
Yep. That is literally what people come to me for. They're like, how do I stop this? And I'm like, let me teach you a little bit of the foundations of nutrition. I can set you free. That's why I've got the set free, can't see it, set free on my wrist, because it took food and monitoring food and becoming aware of what I'm eating in order to stop that tendency.
Well, there's another podcast, Jocko Willink, and he says this discipline equals freedom. And I think you live by that same thing. It's hard. I mean, even as an adult, we say it and we go, well, absolutely. The more disciplined with my money, then the more I can buy the things I want,
right,
or afford the things I want. But we don't practice it.
Well, most people think discipline's like putting themselves in a cage. But what they don't understand is real discipline is actually being disciplined long enough to where it becomes habitual. That's where the freedom is. I don't think about how much water I eat. I don't think about sleeping 7 to 8 hours because I did it long enough to where it's habitual now. It's a habit. Habitual discipline is where the freedom lies, not inside discipline.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I hit you in the gut with that one?
No, I get it. You do something, I promote some stuff here because he's such a good friend and I've known him for 30 years and he's helped me through some really difficult times. But the world's big enough for everybody to have success.
Oh, yeah.
You do something with Juice Plus.
Yes. I love that stuff.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, of course.
Well, tell a lot of people may have heard Juice Plus, but they don't have a clue what it is.
Well, it's been around for 30 years or something, crazy long time. I don't know. It's been a long time. 40 years? I can't remember. No, 50 years. We're having the 50-year anniversary. Oh, wait, we didn't because of the virus. We decided not to get together and celebrate getting everybody sick.
So it was founded way after you were born, and it was founded when I was 2 years old. So that's good to know.
Oh!
Like that. Yeah.
But it's fruits and vegetables. Literally, that's all they sell. But it's different forms. So fruits and vegetables and berries and grapes in capsule form. So they take out the sugar and they take out the water, turn it into a powder, obviously without oxygen so it doesn't break down, and shove it into a capsule. And so you get 30 fruits and vegetables every day before even eating the fruits and vegetables.
Are those the pills I see in your hand on Instagram?
Yeah, those are them. And then there's also vegan omegas as well. So it's all food-based. Mm-hmm.
Vegan.
Okay, so omegas are usually fish oils. Most people don't. They think...
That's what I think.
Yeah, they're but realistically, you don't need the fish. We get the fish oil and the omegas from what the fish eat, the algae. So really, you can take out the middle fish and just go straight to the algae and have a capsule that's omegas, but it's plant-based.
You're just going to have people out in ponds eating algae.
I know. They're just being like...
Hey, how's your dog?
He's amazing. He's taking a nap.
When you were in town with him, he was very well trained, but he was still a puppy then. He's kind of a big dog now.
Yeah, he's 55 pounds and I think a year and 3 months.
And he's used to going on walks. He likes the walks, or is he tired of being? He's the CrossFit dog by just being part of your life?
Yeah, he's like a 5 mile a dayer walking.
Wow.
And then
Is that what you
usually
do?
I walk about 10K or more, 10 to 15 a day.
Do you monitor your steps or do you monitor your mileage?
Steps. It's just whatever's, it's like the thing on my phone. So that's what I do when I have my phone in my hand.
How many steps do you think you average a day?
10, it's 10 to 12 sometimes. Like yesterday it was 15.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went rollerblading. I don't think the rollerblading counts. But I'm constantly moving. I mean, I don't know if it counts. Maybe it did. I rollerbladed for like an hour, and did like phone calls while I was rollerblading.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I did a podcast with a guy. He was through one of my other podcasts, Dave for our podcast, and he was a former Navy SEAL. And we were talking about some adventure training and races he does. And he was actually on the trail doing some sort of crazy workout, but he was out of breath when he was talking to us. And we were like, hey, can you step off the trail for a second? He's like, oh, yeah, sorry, I'm just in the habit of always moving.
Yeah. I'm the same.
Yeah.
It's just, it makes me feel better. If I don't move, I don't feel very good.
All right, so let's do this. We'll talk one more thing, and then I want to remind people about your T-shirts and merch and your website and all that. Right now, people are stuck in the house. This is your chance to send out some good vibes and tell them why they should call you or who should call you. Because coaching's not, you're not a great fit for everybody.
No.
Everybody's not a great fit for you. So tell people, good piece of, send out some good energy, whatever you want to say, and then tell people who you think should be calling you.
Okay, so first of all, I want to change everybody's mindset. Everybody thinks they're like stuck at home. But when we were working, all we wanted to do was go home. Everybody wanted to be at home and hang out with their family. And I wish I didn't have to work so many hours. Like, if everybody would just change their perspective, that they're getting a vacation to stay at home and they're going to be able to come back to work without work being overwhelming because nobody's been at work. Usually you go back to work and you're like, I have 8,000 emails and I'm way behind. And that first week back basically puts you behind. But you're going to show up and it's going to be good. And you're getting like free vacation. Well, sort of. But anyway, change your mindset and take advantage of this time with your family. And the other thing is, use this time, all that time that you wanted to go to the gym and didn't have time. You wanted to change your diet and didn't have time. This is the time to do it. Yeah, there's chaos in the world, things are happening, but there's always chaos in the world and things are happening. And now you actually have the time to focus on yourself and your family and your connections. Use it, because it's going to go away. They're going to be like, go back to work, and then you're going to be complaining about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Here's the thing. You can't help if you're getting paid right now. There's things you cannot control, but I think the theme of this whole thing is whether it's your water and your sleep or if it's your mindset, there are things you can control, and sometimes, not sometimes, it's all the time, we see what we look for. So if you want to find a way to be complaining about that, find things to complain about, they're there. But if you want to find some things that are positive, they're there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
how do people find you? And who's a good fit for Chastity Snow?
I'm creating a new course that should be released in the middle of April or toward the end of April. It's all about the foundations of nutrition, but it's just going to be course material, and it'll be at a easier price point for people. So I think I'm going to be helpful to all people. I always say I didn't plan it this way, but I seem to be attracting the people that just want to get started and have no education on nutrition. So if you're like super confused and you're like, I've dieted and I've tried them all and maybe they worked for a minute, but it doesn't work anymore and I have no idea where to go, my goal is to educate my clients so that they never have to learn or run after the fad again. They understand nutrition is basic and nobody wants to teach that, because then they can't sell anything else to you. But there's 8 billion people in the world. I want to teach you, be the last coach you pay, and then you go on your way and you know how to do it. But I'm also building a tribe of people. So if you're really like lost and also you have no community. I'm building a tribe of people that know all the same education and are all moving toward their goals. So a community of people that support each other. So if you're lost and confused about nutrition, or if you feel like the people in your life are not supporting your goals and you need a group of people to like bounce that off of, that's who I really am reaching out to.
And they can find you at, hold on. Wait a minute. I can't pull it up. Tell me your website. Dadgummit. What's your website?
FLAmovement.com.
And from there, I'm sure you can go to links to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Yes, and Twitter.
And Twitter, sorry. I'm not on Twitter that much.
I'm not either.
Twitter guy.
But I mean, I tweet maybe every day, but I'm not on there much.
I do 3 or 4, and then I wait a couple of days and I go back on, and there's some political guy that's tagged me on something, and I'm like, no, I can't handle that stress right now. One thing at a time.
Yeah.
I know you probably got other phone calls to make, or it's a Friday night. There's still some vitamin D in the air out there.
Oh yeah, I've got rollerblading. I get to talk to my stepmom. She decided to start doing nutrition, so that's exciting. Yay!
Killer.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm excited. I love making the people I love healthy. That's like my goal, but a lot of times they think I'm crazy, so.
Everybody's crazy somehow. You just got to find your brand of crazy that fits in.
That is true.
I'm going to go sit on the front porch and wave at people.
Okay, that's perfect.
Who's the crazy old dude on the front porch? Hey!
Hi guys. Don't come near me.
I've got ice cream. No, that's creepy. I don't have ice cream.
No, that's really creepy. Do you have a big white van?
Absolutely. You want to help me find my dog?
Ooh. Oh my
All
gosh.
right, Chassie Snook. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Stay safe, and we look forward to you.